Hello YouTube, exeter-rider here. I'm back at Bridge Motorcycles again, a Honda section, and today I am trying the Honda Rebel. So this is the first cruiser I've had on the channel. Key goes in the side on this one. Turn it on, very basic, I like that. I like basic. Oh god, this is lovely. Is it low down? This is a very different experience. Right. Okay, cool. Okay, so my neutral, so my legs are at a bent angle there. Easy to get on the ground. If you're A2 and just pass your test or whatever, then it's gonna be, could be one for you. This would definitely suit a shorter rider very, very well, actually. Seat is surprisingly comfortable at the moment as well. I've only just got on it, but tips in easy enough. It's got quite a nice feel to this bike, you know. Very open to the elements there. Mirrors, let's adjust them. I should have done that before I got on. Mirrors are at a nice height actually, because you sit into the bike. I mean, just look where the fuel tank is. I feel like I could rest my chin on that. But yeah, it's all to quite a nice height. Let's take it through the town. Gearbox is very positive. I mean, obviously this is the, I do believe it's the same engine as the CB500X and the CB500F. And instantly, if you've seen my CB500X video, this engine feels more at home in this bike than it does in the X. That's just my opinion. I'm kind of quite liking this, really. It's back to basics biking. Clutch is nice and light, not causing me any issues. Handlebars are at a nice height. I kind of have to reach a little bit over the tank to reach what I need, but nothing too excessive. The handling and steering is very sort of twitchy, I would describe it. I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's got quite fat, wide tyres here, so yeah, for getting around and things, it's going to be all right. Situational awareness, as you can see, I can't see what's up ahead of me, obviously, because I'm on it's not this bike style. It seems a bit alien to me. I'm used to being a lot higher up. And absolutely typical, it's starting to rain. Can you believe it? Never mind, hopefully this will still come out. The suspension is it's surprisingly good, actually. I've had a lot worse suspension on more premium bikes. It's not, I wouldn't describe it as soft, it's not too crashy either, but it's just right for commuting reasons and around town on the A roads and etc. Even over the speed bumps it handles it okay. It's only the initial full drop that you kind of feel it a bit more. Doesn't feel too low geared either. I felt the CB500X, the gearing was a bit low, but on this one I don't get that sensation. And it's probably exactly the same gearbox, but it's strange how it's a different feel of the bike. You know, that it just feels totally different. And yeah, it just feels totally different. It's strange. Same engine, total different feel. Great for cruising, you know, down A roads and weekends out and things like that, sightseeing, brilliant. Probably won't be any good with a pillion because the pillion seat is so small. That's going to get uncomfortable pretty quick, but it's not really meant for that, this bike. Vibrations wise, I'm not getting a huge amount, to be honest. I've only just thought of that, you know, and nothing's jumping out at me really. A little bit in the handlebars, but it's not a buzzy type of vibration. Kick it down a couple of gears and give it some bit of welly. Oh yeah, there's the revs. I've got no rev counter, so I can't tell you when it kicks in, but it comes up through the seat. I'm guessing at about 9,000 maybe. Which, to be honest, you're not going to be up there very often anyway, are you? So not unless you're revving the hell out of it. Fourth now. Let's kick it down to third actually. 45 mile an hour. There you go, boom. Yeah, that's very good. It's very good. Sixth gear. There you go. Very good. I'm impressed, Rebel. You've impressed me. I'm not going to buy you, but you've impressed me quite a lot. Instrumentation. I got a fuel gauge, time, speed, and a mileometer. Very basic. I'm okay with that. I don't really miss a rev counter, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really do a lot, does it? A gear indicator, that's a typical Honda issue there, isn't it? Bloody these gear indicators. Well, they can't give you a gear indicator, I do not know, but it would be handy to have, and certainly considering it's suited to new riders as well. Certainly when it's 6 gears. If it's just the old 4 gears, like the Groms, fine. But 6 gears, it should have a gear indicator. I know I've said it before, but these type of bikes where you can just pull them out the garage and just ride them without any thought of or fear of dropping it, or you know, being too heavy to maneuver, or worrying about doing a U-turn and that. There's a lot to be said for it. I think even when you ask a lot of the bigger bike people, you know, who've got sort of 500 and above, they'll sort of tell you that they have more fun on a smaller engine bike than on a bigger one. The miles per gallon on these bikes are incredible. I think you get around sort of 75 to 85 mpg in real terms. Obviously the manufacturers always give you a bit of a, you know, tweak that a bit sometimes, don't they? But realistically you will get around 85 out of this one. See, I can't see over the brow of the hill there, which you normally can on other bikes. Yeah, turning it in, it doesn't want to dip in. You know, some bikes you turn and it just trying to dip you in all the time. There's your 0 to 60. Which again, that's fine. What more do you need? Yeah, you kind of feel at one with the engine with this sort of setup and this sort of power. I haven't tried the 500F yet. But I tried the old version from 2016, and I loved it. I thought it was really one of the, well, it was the best commuter in my opinion. As you know, 2017 or was it 2018, I tried the CB500X, wasn't overly keen on it, and now I've tried all three now, basically, as far as I'm concerned. I think the F is as good as this bike, but just a different setup. Horses for courses, depends what you're after and what you're looking for. For me personally, would I have the F or the Rebel? Okay, I would probably go for the F. Oh, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I might go for the F. The only deciding factor on that is the suspension is slightly better on the back. Don't forget, I'm sort of early 40s now, so you younger people, just go for what you think looks best is my advice. But for me personally, yeah, I think the F would suit me more. I think the seat was a little bit better on the F as well, possibly. But both very good bikes. You know, there's no right or wrong. Whatever one you get, you know, there's no right or wrong with it. They're both great bikes. Okay, what's the stand like to get to? Typical Honda, it's a bit of a reach. Can you see that? It's right sort of behind me. There you go. Okay, so for the walk round, I think it's a cool looking bike actually. It's not generally my type of styly bike, but at the same time, I do quite like it actually. It's got that cool element to it. The fit and finish to this bike is really good. It's typical Honda. In my opinion, I mean, Honda are my favourite anyway, but I think everything's so solid. It's finished nicely. You don't feel it's going to rust on you in a few years' time. It's just finished really nicely. You know, you can sort of just wash it off, power wash it off, power hose off, and know that you're not going to cause it any problems. I like the simplicity of this sort of bike. It's nothing too technical about it. It's easy to ride. You don't feel you're going to drop it. Plenty of power there when you need it. Okay, so what's it going to be like carrying a pillion? In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be much fun. It's quite a small seat, and the metal pegs are quite spread out actually, which I guess they need to be because you obviously got a rider in front. So you'd need to sort of bear that in mind. But if it's just the occasional pillion, it's going to be fine. Fit and finish overall is absolutely perfect. It's a typical Honda. Everything's painted nicely, everything's powder coated nicely. It's a sort of bike that you could just power hose off when it gets too dirty, and it's going to be fine after it. You're not going to get any paint chips or anything come off of it. So you can kind of, you know, within reason, you can abuse these type of bikes, and they'll sort of put up with it, shall we say. Lighting wise, on the front we have halogen lights. Nothing's LED on it, including the indicators. It's all halogen, which I guess is kind of true to the bike. That's no big deal. Obviously, it's not going to light up so well at night. You know, with the LEDs, you do get a nice wide white beam of light, but with the halogens, it's a little bit dimpsy, to be honest with you. But it is what it is, and it's true to the style of the bike. Also, the rear light, is that LED? No, I believe that's a standard halogen bulb as well. As I say, the suspension is the typical coil springs here, twin shocks either side. This, you know, it's what you'd expect really with this style bike. You know, with the mono shock suspension, you get the bounce, don't you, on the tyres, and you got the rear arm and the power of the shock being up in between the bike, but these are very direct. You know, although they've done a good job of it, you just feel it more than you would do a mono shock. I'm okay with that, that's fine. Rear brake is easy to reach, and I love the way they've done the carb here as well. I'm not sure if you can see that, but you can sort of see the original old style carb. Well, what seems like a carb, but actually, of course, it's fuel injected. But the bike feels and handles impeccably well. I give it 9 out of 10 for that. It's quite a pleasure to ride, actually. It's everything about it is so typical Honda, easy. You know, easy to ride, easy to handle, easy to do a U-turn, easy to park up, easy to push around. It's got a lot going for it. Right, let's get on the bike and have another ride. Yeah, braking wise, the back is, again, all Hondas seem to be the same, don't they? The back seems to be okay, it's not too bad. It's fine and it's all that you need. It's not really sharp, but it's not really that type of bike, is it? And the front, yeah, again, it's fine. It's a good fun bike. I'd have one. There's other bikes I prefer for me personally. But I do know of somebody actually who's considering one of these. It's his favourite bike, and I can assure you it's got my stamp of approval. So look at that, look, I can just get my feet down, easy peasy. Nice sound to the engine as well, that mustn't be overlooked. If I'm honest with you, when I first tried this, or had the option of trying this bike, I kind of thought to myself, well, is that engine really suited to this type of bike? And I thought it wasn't, but I was wrong. It is very well suited, actually. It sounds good because obviously they put the right exhaust on it. Yeah, done all right. So yeah, overall thoughts, it's a very good bike. It's a very, very good bike. Right, hope that's some help to you. I'm going to make my way back to Bridge Motorcycles, who kindly lent me the bike for this review. It's worth going down there and having a look round if you're in the southwest. They've got hundreds of bikes there, and also a nice cafe which is open 7 days a week for coffees and bacon sandwiches and sausage sandwiches in a minute, which I'm going to invest in one of those, I think. But yeah, thank you very much, Bridge. It's very good bike, this. Very impressed indeed. Do like and subscribe. It's massive help to me. When you like it, it makes a huge difference to me. Every like is a massive help. Okay guys, thank you very much. Thank you to Bridge, and I will see you on the next one. Cheerio.